Welcome back to the studio. We have Encik Ahmad Fuad Chemi, who is the Group Chief Operating Officer of Enviro Group Asia. It's a one-stop center and an integrated environmental engineering solutions provider in Malaysia. Enviro Group is a solutions provider in the areas of indoor environmental quality as well as disinfection and hygiene. So something we have learned a lot about in the last 15 months. So Encik Ahmad Fuad will be sharing with us his insights about the importance of prioritizing well-being, defining common health and safety standards. So Encik Ahmad Fuad, thank you for joining us at this Tourism Virtual Summit. Can you share with us what are the disinfection and hygiene solutions that Enviro Group specializes in? You've been around for 15 years.
Yes.
So this is not a new company, not one that grew up because of the pandemic. You've had a lot more to share. What other services do you provide?
Okay, thank you, Dato'. First of all, Enviro Group Asia is a company who's been over 15 years in Malaysia doing the environmental indoor air quality. So since 15 over years before the pandemic 2020, we already facing the problem or the pandemic about SARS, H1N1. Talking about the hygiene and the sanitization, we already done since 10 years ago. We are all prepared. We have a team, technology, mission, and logistic ready. Even during the SARS in 2019 and H1N1, we already reached the customer. We do the awareness, and we also has been called to do a sanitization for the H1 and the SARS.
Oh, okay. So
suddenly, during that situation in 2020, March 2020, 18 March 2020, the first day of the
all
MCO.
Remember that date.
Yeah. And we already started on the January. January, the cases is already implementation and start coming into the Asia. So we keep on standby and make sure we are ready at a time.
Oh, I see.
Because that time, as you know, suddenly the global issue about the logistic, about the chemical, about the hand sanitizer, alcohol, the most important chemical need to do for the hand sanitizer is short.
Oh, I didn't know that. We were short of alcohol. Oh, okay.
It's not, because they're not mentioned short about alcohol, but they're mentioned about less product on the hand sanitizer in the market.
Yeah.
Right? So
you know, you're right, because my neighborhood chemist, after that we went to buy, sold out. Everywhere was sold out.
Yes,
you're
correct.
Right. Yeah.
So seeing that we are doing this kind of business, we are doing the sanitization, we have a supply, we keep the stock. And our chemical also has been approved by FDA, American Drugs Association, and has been used in hospital before. And other place that we do also the indoor air quality means that we are treatment any air condition ducting from the air to make sure we are healthy. We cannot see. The air cannot see. So what we do, we treat this thing by using all this chemical to make sure the bacteria, virus, fungus has been eliminated. And why Enviro Group Asia start from the hospital problem and fungus problem in Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken, in 2006. That time we don't know how to handle it and what kind of fungus coming out. If you remember, Hospital Sultan Ismail in Johor.
Yes, I do remember.
Okay, that is started. That is started the turning point on the indoor air quality in Malaysia, which Enviro Groups thinking that this is the most important thing that we need to look into it. Definitely, over 15 years, we have to go and find the customer. We have to do the awareness program. Unless we get the cases, then we go in. Talking about the indoor air quality with the government sector, under Human Resource Minister, we are under DOSH.
Oh, okay. USH,
so, yes, and then to be the indoor air company, we need to have the assessment, or we call it the assessor, indoor air quality assessor, which must register with DOSH. If I'm not mistaken, less than 30 people who have this kind of assessment or the competence. Yes. We have 2 in-house. We have 2 in the company. So that means when we do the assessment, we can know that the quality of the air and wherever this bacteria, fungus, mold is in the building to keep the building healthy for the healthy people. So the same method that we do suddenly happened when SARS H1N1 and COVID. So we call it coronavirus because it's the same family from the SARS.
SARS, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the treatment is same. So why we need to do a sanitization? Because two different things, sanitization and disinfection and protection. As a professional, we do the whole entire of the process, start from the swab test,
Okay.
before and after,
Okay.
and do the high touch point area to make sure everything is clean.
Yes.
And then fogging the area
Yes.
and only get a lab result. This area is very, very clear and eliminate every bacteria and fungus. That's we call disinfection. That is supposed to be the standard,
Yes.
not just spray and wipe, just leave it after 2 days without any checking, any lab. So what do you think? You cannot see,
Yes, true.
right? So that is what we are having for 15 over years doing this kind of business.
So, you're a company that provides solutions in indoor environmental technologies and disinfection. So, although you had your experience with SARS and H1N1, I am sure 2020 was a very interesting year for your company and a good year for your bank balance too, I'm sure. You must be one of the few companies that not only was working, but probably was overworked as well.
Yes,
right?
correct.
I mean, I'm sure you couldn't cope. Couldn't
cope.
with all, Do you specialize in large buildings, office buildings, or residential, or do you go anywhere that people call you?
Before 2020, we are more focusing on the hospital.
Ah, okay.
Because that's the area that need to do a decontamination, some sort of a IQ testing, because they have a standard to follow. When come H1N1 and SARS problem, they already spread to the population. And we having a problem in most of the school because H1N1 start from the kindergarten.
Yes.
It's a hand and mouth disease, and then SARS coming from the overseas. So people start alert, and then the Ministry of Health announced this is the something of the not pandemic yet at that time, but it's a viruses that's in the air. So we do a sanitization, we do the same thing what we do for the hospital. And happen coronavirus come to Malaysia, and we don't have any standard that time. Everybody are still asking what to do, which to follow.
It was quite a big panic, and
Yes.
I remember people say, "Don't go to that building because don't touch the escalator. Then you can see everybody spraying, wiping everywhere." All there was always videos,
And
you can see people going to the shopping center, but they will not touch anything. Don't touch the door. Everyone's like about touching.
About
right?
touching.
Because we didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
And because of the media social, we can see what happened obviously in China, especially.
Yes.
People stay outside, bring a pool,
Yes.
long pool to do everything. Okay. As a Enviro Group Asia, we are connected with international body also. We also have a supplier, we a vendor that from the state, from Singapore. Then we change the idea. We know what to do. And definitely everybody are focusing at WHO standard that time.
Yes.
And I'm not mentioning what one of the building in Putrajaya is happened that got a positive cases on the early stage.
Okay.
So we have to go there, and people are calling us to give the consultation to that ministry. So we give a consultation based on the government and based on the WHO standard. Because that time, when you have the cases, you have to cordon the area or you have to close the building.
Yes.
Because we cannot see, the virus cannot see, only can check. So start from there, people know us. And I'm happy to say that we are covering about 15 million over square foot area sanitation in Malaysia.
Wow. Tell me about those fly-by-nights. You mentioned fly-by-nights.
Right.
That's everybody who thinks, like, shh, okay, you're clean now.
All right. I can say that the economy during that time is very crucial. Then definitely we also cannot cope up with this job. And the only job that have that time is sanitation and disinfection.
Yes. Yeah, true.
Everything is closed.
Yep.
The government sector is closed. Airport is closed.
Yes, everything's closed.
And only the hospital is open. So the virus is everywhere. Start with a cluster, big cluster, small cluster, need to do a protection, because that time if everybody listen to the government say, mesti putuskan rangkaian COVID-19.
Yes.
That is the tagline that we have to work. Everybody. We still in a fighting. We don't know who's our enemy, so everybody have to work together to eliminate this, to stop the rangkaian COVID-19. So the company who do the security also do the sanitation job.
Yes.
Company who are selling fashion tudung also start doing the sanitation work. And that time is good because the government come up with the standard chemical approved. The chemical ingredient approved that needs to be controlled.
Yes.
So I'm say that it's a good effort.
Okay.
And then MITI come up with the standard procedure. One day must do 3 times.
Yes.
To
that's
wipes,
right. Yeah.
okay, and make sure your shift changing, you have to wipe.
Yeah.
That is a normal sanitation that you must do daily. But ours is more on sanitization, disinfection, and protection.
Okay. So how important is it to have your kind of service, like in, restaurants and hotels and tourism-related businesses, so that people have peace of mind when they go in, when they're dining or they're enjoying the facilities? How important is it that it should be that kind of service?
Okay. Definitely, the virus cannot see, and we also cannot predict. But important thing, the standard operation procedure that the government guideline must be there first. If we as a consultant or go to the whatever, we have to look into that SOP first.
You have to follow the rules.
Right.
Okay.
And then we come and we advise, okay, you need to do a sanitization daily. That is standard procedure by the government.
Yes. Yes.
But it's a normal sanitization because public area, high touch point area, people a lot to touch there.
Yeah.
But how clean they were, we don't know.
Ooh.
Right? So we coming in, we do a swab test. We can show to the client that this particular table or rooms or outlet or kitchen, how many million particle, fungus, bacteria, virus is there by using our technologies, all right? So after that, we do a protection and sanitization. We call it disinfection by high touch point area, wiping, and also disinfection. After that, we do again another swab test and we give a warranty.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So within the warranty period, if the after the result, we'll be showing the 0 particle actually. 0 micron, any virus on the surface. If anything build up, we come and do within that period.
Okay.
Okay.
We have just about run out of time, but I want to ask you this. This kind of service is not cheap, right?
Yes.
And so because of the pandemic, people, restaurants and hotels are almost at a closing down stage. They don't even, can't even afford to pay their staff. How important is it that they keep to this service? Can they do like a DIY, do it yourself, because if they cannot afford to keep your services, can they do it themselves?
Yes, I'm focusing now directly to the hotels, hospitality and tourism because we know it's a vacant might be for 12 months or 10 months. And the building might have a syndrome 6 building, we don't know yet. Okay, and
sick building.
Yes. Okay. And they definitely have to open the tourism industry. Yes. Tourism industry is the one that giving us more money and to boost the economy.
Yes.
So people also would like to go to the hotel.
Yeah.
So I believe by engaging a professional to do the disinfection and throughout the media social show that this building has done their disinfection and do the almost take care their indoor air quality will be a market value.
True. If they can afford it though, Cik Ahmad Fuad.
All right. And in terms of that thing, we as the integrated environmental solution, we try to find a best solution to work out or partnering or collaboration with the hotel.
Okay, so
not
they
one
should
hotel,
try
2 hotel, 3 hotel, but
okay.
I believe this kind of situation, sometimes hotel must also look into the outsourcing program that we can achieve and going together with the hotel to do the outsourcing program.
Okay.
Might be contract for 1 year or 2 years, so they can pay us by staggered or whatever thing,
Okay.
And we will be there to help them to promote their hotel by putting all the new IoT or something that apps about the quality of the buildings, the rooms.
Yep.
Because we have a lot of bubble tourism right now. And I think we also looking at the border right now, working with somebody, with a big company at the border, especially in the airport, from the tourism industry, for the buses to go to the hotel, That's why I say the integrated this thing, we also offer to any hotel or the big organization to work with us.
Okay. Sorry, I have to cut you off because it's very interesting and it's so current and everybody wants to know the facts. Because to tell you the truth, we really don't know anything,
Sure.
right? We read on the internet, or we read in the newspaper, or we read on WhatsApp. That's the worst. And so here, at least, I have somebody who can give us the facts. So thank you, Chairman Fuad, for joining us at a virtual summit on Hospitality Asia
Thank you
channel.
very much, Dato'.
So look out for our next session with an integrated property developer, where we're going to find out more about new lifestyle living in Malaysia. Thank you, Chairman
Thank
Fuad.
you.
Stay tuned.